Hey guys, sorry it's been a while. Not much really has changed with the aquarium. I did get a couple new plants and some new fish I'll show you in a bit. I did figure out, last time you may remember, I had dwarf hairgrass that I had in a mat. I bought in a mat form. Could not figure out how in the world to distribute that without wrecking it. I did figure it out last night. It's kind of common sense thinking about it now, but before I really had no clue because I'd only ever seen people apply it or plant it potted form. So what I end up doing is actually pulling it out of the mat very, very carefully, clump by clump, and then planting it. The only problem is these little guys, the Stir-Bay Cory cats, they like to dig it up while they're sifting for food. It is very dirty in there now. I have to do a water change. But I also got Liliopsis or Microsword, and there's some yellowing and stuff. It's kind of to be expected when it's acclimating itself. But I think it's doing pretty good. I think I see some new growth in there. A big snail, the big yellow one that I had, the mystery snail, that died. But I got a couple neurites. There's one there, one tucked in back there, and then there's one somewhere kind of hidden in a driftwood. It was in there about an hour ago. It was moving around. I got some dwarf lilies. The top couple leaves on each are kind of tattered. He said it came in like that. So back in this corner, before I had glossostigma, and that just kind of disintegrated. It did not take at all, and you know, lesson learned. I probably won't try that anymore. The other day I cut off some of the new growth, or some of the old growth on the sag. There's still some bigger pieces left that need to be cut, but I'm waiting on that. There's right in here, that's new growth, that's new growth, these are new growth, and then these I'm assuming are runners right there. So hopefully that is a good sign. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. So I do have a question for anybody that might know. You can tell the crypt's just awful. I'm wondering if that's kind of a diatom thing. It's definitely a brown algae. You can see it on the overflow, and I scrubbed that a week ago. That'll have to get scrubbed again. And it's obviously on the lace plant there too. That leaf right there, that's kind of folded over right there. That one is the very first leaf of new growth that I found on that plant when I got it. About a week after I planted it, I had that little thing shoot up. And that one looks the worst, but I think everything's still I shouldn't say working right. Everything's growing pretty well. But you see all the brown on there, and that easily wipes off with my thumb. You know, if I put my fingers in there or my hand in there and I kind of wipe it, it wipes off. But it was all over the rock yesterday, and the snails are doing a pretty good job of cleaning that up. You know, the Siamese algae eater's on there picking away. But I'm just wondering if anybody thinks maybe it has anything to do with the sand and the fluorite that I've got in here. You know, diatom lives off of silicates and stuff like that. I wonder if that's just kind of feeding it, and it's getting more and more. On my 30-gallon, it did eventually go away after it kind of worked itself out for a few months, and then I didn't have to worry about it. I'm not noticing anything that kicks around like normal diatom does, but this is more kind of I don't want to say sticky, but it's a little thicker. And I cleaned it off the Anubias barteri last week too. There's some spots left, but for the most part it's not, I guess, super awful, but it's just very annoying looking. But I do have a spot open here. That will be for the Ludwigia Piroensis that I'm getting. That is on order. And also I have Crenum calamastratum that should be coming in. We'll probably go back here somewhere. But yeah, got one new fish that I put in here. It's just an albino cory cat. A lot of character. He does kind of blend in, and he does swim around in school with the sturbays. So that is the only albino I will be having in my tank. I kind of want to have a natural look to things. I don't want to have a whole school of albino cory cats or albino anything. It's just one little one that you can pick out easily is fine. I don't want to overdo it. But down in the quarantine, I've got 5, because this is all they had left, black neons. This is going to have to get cleaned out too. Actually, a week ago, I had bought 19 Amande tetras or Ember tetras, and that did not pan out well at all. I think that they had a parasite coming in. They started dying off immediately, like the next day, 2 at a time. And so I took them back. They gave me full credit at Living Art Aquarium in Madison. The owner Paul was very, very good about it, and acknowledged that it just happens, and it wasn't any fault of mine, and that I got reimbursed. So I have store credit there, which is fine with me because I go pretty much every weekend just to check things out. So these guys are going to be fine, and I'm hoping they'll school with the regular neons. So I'll have a group of maybe 20 or so of each, and hopefully that'll pan out. They have a nice little group of them. So I think that is about it. Just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know everything's going good. The other thing, the lace plant, although it looks like it's doing fine, it's still got all that diatom on it, or whatever that is kind of halted right there. Everything's fine, nothing's dying off by any means, but I'm trying to figure out if it's just I'm not seeing any new growth. And if I look under the tank, I can get a flashlight and look under the tank, and I can see roots down against the glass. So the roots have made it to the dirt, but I'm hoping that it didn't kind of start its dormant stage. Usually, from what I've read, and I've read a lot of accounts of people having problems with it, they usually do it after they shoot up a flower, and the flower will bloom. And I had not seen a flower, so trying to think if maybe anything was going on with it, or maybe they only shoot up so many leaves at one time. So if anybody knows what might be the problem, I appreciate your input. Likes and comments would be appreciated too. So that's all I've got time for today. The dog wants to get fed lunch, so I will let you guys go, and you guys all have a good weekend.